Hi, my name is Megan and I blog at welcometothe.zoo.ca. And I've had a post that's done very, very well on Welcome to the Zoo among home daycare providers primarily. It's called 12 Things Daycare Providers Wish Parents Knew. And from that, there's been a few other home daycare posts that have just taken off, and it's surprised me how often they've circled the globe, and that's great, that's wonderful. But as a result of that, I've had home daycare providers email me and send me questions and ask for advice. And so I've started a new series here on the Welcome to the Zoo YouTube channel. And in it, I'm going to be answering home daycare questions. So I just recently had a question from a home daycare provider named LaDonna. And she has her daycare website at woolseyacademy.ca. And I'm going to pop that up on the screen for you so you can take a look. She's done a wonderful job on her site. It looks like she's got a vibrant and active daycare going on there, and she knows her way around a site. But she asked about making graphics for her site. And I pointed her to PicMonkey.com, and it's an online picture photo editing tool. And you can also design a lot of graphics from scratch without a picture to start with, without a photo to begin with. And you can do things like put text on top of photos and make your pictures just look the best they can. You can tweak them even, playing with exposure and different filters and things like that. It's a lot of fun. Take a look at it. It's PicMonkey.com. There is a paid plan that you can pay monthly for some added features, but the basic is pretty good to get started if you're doing any kind of home daycare website or blog or anything like that. Now, kind of backtracking, LaDonna gets it, but it's so important for all home daycares to have a website, and I'll tell you why. Parents, when they're looking for daycare for their child, the first place they're going to go is to Google. They're going to immediately type it in on their computers, on their laptops at home, or on their phones, and look for home daycares or just daycare services in their area. And what you want to do to be able to get your daycare name out there, make sure your spots are filled, is to make sure that your daycare name is coming up in those searches. And there's a lot of great ways you can do that. There's some free places where you can get build your own website and have something that looks great and is your kind of online home with very little maintenance and very low cost or no cost. So a couple of the different places where you can get a free website are Wix.com and Weebly.com. Those are a couple of great places to look. You can also, if you want to get into the world of WordPress, you can look at WordPress.com, where you can get a free site, and of course they're designed for blogs, so you'll have to figure your way around that, and it'll take a little bit more effort than the other two. Wix.com is perfect for the beginner if you don't know what you're doing. Get onto there. I believe you can get your domain name. So they'll give you a home daycare domain at Wix.com. So it'll end up being, Sally's Home Daycare.wix.com. And so that's what people will have to type into their browser to get to your website. Now you can buy a dedicated domain or a top level domain, and usually they're about $10 a month. Sorry, it's $10 a year, and unless you've got one that's in really high demand. So you can set that up through Wix or through whatever website builder you go through. Another free tool is .tk. That's D-O-T and then .tk. And through .tk, you can actually get a free top-level domain name, and you register it for between 1 month up to 12 months, and it's absolutely free. After that, it costs money, but here's the thing: if you just renew it every 12 months, it's free forever. So you can get a top-level domain. However, it won't end in .com or .ca or .org or any of those like widely recognizable ones. It'll end in .tk. So you can see this in use on for my name, meganelford.tk. I've got that set up to actually go to a page of my blog site, so on welcometothe.zoo.ca. So if you type in meganelford.tk, you'll come to welcometothe.zoo.ca, which is kind of a neat way of doing things. They also have endings like .ga, I believe they have .cl, things like that. So the domain endings are a little bit obscure, but if you're okay with that, and if you know that people will be okay with remembering that when they're searching for your site, that's a great way to do it for absolutely free. If you can afford to spend the $10 to get a .com, for the year, then by all means do that, because that's the best way to go. But there you go. There's some free ways to get yourself up online, get your daycare an online home. And what you want to be putting on your website is things like non-identifying pictures of the kids doing activities, when you're out and about, or when you're doing crafts, the kind of things. The other things that parents are looking for, they want to know that you're doing fun stuff, but the other things your parents are looking for when they're looking at your website is they're looking for your parent handbook to be online, so you can just have a PDF that's available for them to download so they can check that out. Your hours, your rates, the ages that you take, available spots are a great thing to list, but they can change quite often. So if you're not the type who wants to keep maintaining your website, you just want to kind of put it up and leave it up, then don't put any open spots up. Just put a notice that says, call to find out about open spots, openings. So those are the main things you want to have. You want to have maybe your neighborhood or the town that you're in, if it's a small town, but I would suggest you not put your actual home address or even your landline phone number, because here's the thing, it's online. Anybody can see that. If the wrong person gets a hold of that information, they'll know exactly where a house full of kids with an adult is every day. So that's not a good idea. I would put if you want to put your phone number, put your cell phone number, so it's not as easy to track down the address, or even just have a contact form, an email contact form through your website, so people aren't even getting your actual home email address. That's a little bit safer, just because you don't know who's out there and you don't want to get spammed too. So there you go. Those are some ideas about how you can get your home daycare online, and why it's important. I mean, everything's online right now. If you're running a business, it's got to be online. So leave a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you do for your home daycare. Do you have a website, and how do you manage it? Do you manage it with one of the free website builders, or do you pay for it? How do you handle that? And do you regularly update it? Or do you just kind of set it and forget it? So let me know in the comment section below. All right, I'll catch you next time for the next daycare question answered. See you then.